Hello everybody, welcome back to HBM. Last episode we talked about the centrifuges for the thing. That's right. So we got these technetium steel plates here. These are our technetium steel thingies. These are gonna go, well, this thing is gonna go here on the very end. This is going, so basically this technetium barrel is highly corrosive resistance, which the basically this says strongly corrosive. I mean, this says strongly corrosive, and it's kind of darker red. I mean, like, maybe it's strongly corrosive basically means you can't put it in a steel barrel because, well, I mean, hydrogen peroxide or sulfuric acid is corrosive, and you can put it in a steel barrel. It'll be fine, but the steel barrel cannot handle highly corrosive stuff. Otherwise, it will explodicate or turn into one of these, or else a corroded barrel. That's not what you want, because that just takes down 10,000, makes you start leaking stuff everywhere. You don't want that. So, what we're doing today is we're doing redstone to make sure that this system doesn't ever explode. Because with the Watz reactor, you need to do this. If you're running like 8,000 pieces of, what's it called? Rubidium pellets in there, if you're running, that's what I'm probably going to be running mostly, is rubidium pellets, then you need to be prepared for the thing to inevitably do some kind of explodification stuff, which you don't want because it's going to build up Watz mud. So we're preparing for that by making redstone stuff, which is actually the most optimal way of dealing with this problem, I think. And I'll go ahead and teach you all how to do this. We're going to need quartz today, never quartz, in the form of quartz itself, not just this. And we're also going to make some the actual elements, hopefully today. So we'll finish the Watz reactor itself, and then we'll start the coolant loop, probably. Which, I mean, yeah, I don't know if that's going to be today, because it's a lot of stuff. So coolant loop after that. So here we're going to make a crafting table to get started. A pretty important item. Honestly, I need to have more crafting tables out in this area. Yes, time to make some of these redstone torches. We're gonna need 6 of these. Actually, let's make that 8. So, the way this works is that we're going to need, well, we'll need more than 8 of these, probably. But I have 2 extra. I think I'm going to turn those into repeaters because I don't want to make an inverter, and I need it to be instantaneous. So, wish a repeater was more, actually, we might just go with the block update repeater type of thing. Now we're going to need to take some of this, what are we using for the actual, does HBM concrete even work for that? I don't even know, dude. I'm going to just use regular slabs of stone. Let me just mine some of the stone out of the ground here. Perfect. Redstone. Nobody was expecting redstone episode. Anyways, not like we need some hyper-advanced supercomputer, but we are going to use components that you would find in one of them anyway, just because you need speed. And the only way to do that is with an instant piston repeater. And I don't really remember how to make those, but we'll figure that out, I'm sure. We don't need those for crafting. We need those for building. Because, if you didn't know, a transparent block does not conduct redstone through the bottom of it. So, like this, which this is definitely going to have changed because Mojang sucks. So, that's going to be one part of it done. Basically, when this thing is overflowing, then this will open the gate for another setup, which is difficult to set up this, because the actual opening, well, I guess it could be on the top. Considering the fact that we might have a pipe that goes in this way for the poison mod. I don't know. Well, let me demonstrate how this works. Alright, so here I have a bucket of water. And this water bucket, if I shove the water into here, you'll see the signal will increase. Now, we'll have to have this at max signal, so whatever the max signal for this thing is. I don't know what it is, and I think it might be 15, but we'll find out. So, this should work. That should have put the thing in there. There you go. It is now outputting a signal, and this guy needs to be a solid block. He conducts up the solid block. Let's go grab another bucket of water. You can see now that the signal is increased and that I can go ahead and do a pattern like this. Which now I'm going to disable this guy's redstone system. Okay, he doesn't even have one. And as you can see, it ends there. That's 2 buckets adds 2 to the thing. No longer do we care about having this thing just 1 bucket at a time, but at 4 buckets, it should be up to here. So, we're never really going to want this thing to be at maximum capacity, I don't think. So, I mean, like, I guess if we just go all the way over to here, where the next thing is going to be, we can just hook it in. Oh, there's a problem with these, actually. One thing I should mention is that if it hasn't been fixed, I don't know if these actually will work or update when they get redstone signals, which is a problem with the redstone ones, because they can sometimes just not receive the signal, which is an issue, and then not work. So we'll need a piston probably to fix that, although I don't know how long that's going to be a problem for. Hopefully not forever. This should basically connect everything. One other thing to know is that you cannot go down from a slab, so you have to go like this. You have to go down a full block. You can only go up from a slab. So technically, you can make systems with a giant wire on them, like this, and then have a bunch of things that go up into that system, and then you don't have to worry about like having, you know, circuits crossing and stuff. It's a very interesting mechanic. Alright, here's system redundancy number 2. Now, we're gonna have to have space for turbines here, and we're running out of space, dude. We are running out of space pretty fast. Anyway, so redundancy number 2 will be the solidifier, which if this thing gets full, then it will be sent off to the dumper, and get dumped off into a very nice little river that we happen to be built on top of. Which is a nice way of getting rid of this stuff. Yeah, we'll just have this one set to water. Well, actually, we'll set that back to water in a bit. So, that's poisonous mud for now. This guy's water. So, at a certain point, we're going to set all these pipes to water in a second, I think. That might be an optimal solution, but at a certain point, once this guy hits, like, right here or something, he's going to start getting into the thing at the end. Well, I mean, once he gets to the end, it should turn on. And then we should see the water switch if we have it all set to water. Let's set it to water. Okay, so water. Perfect. This guy is set to green. This guy is set to green as well. This should do... Put in the water... that was almost a problem. That could have caused our redstone to just break. How much water we got in there? Okay, we're almost to the end. We just need like 5 more buckets. Actually, it might even be 3 or 4 more buckets. I think we'll be able to hit it in those. Maybe another. Well, would have been 3 or 4 more. Maybe it would have been 5. Who knows? Actually, it is 5. Well, once it hits the end, there, it doesn't matter what the signal strength is. Just once it hits the end, we're almost there. We just got 1 more signal strength up, which means I just need 1 more bucket. So it is 3 more from. Well, actually, 4 more. As you can see, it switches over to this guy here. Or did it get deleted from existence? I'm really confused here. What happened to the water? That guy's water. All these guys are water. It just got deleted from existence, I guess. Okay, as you can see, it was just switching very rapidly between the two. And this is where the solidifier will be. From here, we're going to take it with 1 of these through, I guess, just if it has any in there, it's just gonna go through the system or something. Well, I don't know how that one's gonna work. I'm not sure yet. Alrighty, here's what I think the next system's gonna look kind of like. It's gonna be much shorter than the other one, because the other one's just running lengthwise, and we want more of that stuff than we want this stuff. But anyway, if this guy decides to overflow, then, well, it's very close to exploding probably. So we need to have another system here which intercepts this, prevents it from happening. We're going to need 1 of these right here. Set it to water. Then we're going to add on this guy. Boom. Who's going to conduct into this guy. Which should be able to conduct into here. If we go like that. And then if we drop it down a block, like, so it has a signal strength of 2 at least, and then it will just get dumped. That should basically be the system done. Let's see if we got our welded plates done. Holy crap, they're all done. 48 welded technetium tier plates. It's technetium tier, not even, we're just gonna call it technetium tier for now on, because technically cadmium counts. So, it's time to make the template for the last component to the Watz reactor, which this part is, you know, it's just what it is. Watz reactor component. This guy. The actual stability element. Which I'm surprised I know what that's even called. Because I forgot what it was called before. Okay, now it's going to take a bit. While that's happening, we need to make a bolter. So we can make the actual component for it. Bolter. And we also need to start doing stuff. Oh, that costs Saturnite. Well, that's bad because I don't have any of that left. Oops. I made another bismuth pickaxe because my chlorophyte pickaxe does not have silk touch, so I'm very disappointed in this. Very sad. I would not recommend chlorophyte pickaxe. It's not as good. It's not even fast or anything. Wait a second. That's not it. That's not the thing. We're looking for the bolt gun. That's not the bolt gun. What? I'm a little confused. Does it actually need the bolter, or does it needs the pneumatic rivet gun? Why was I thinking it needs what is a bolter, and why does it exist? Pneumatic rivet gun. How do you make this thing? It's made with a... Okay, it seems pretty self-explanatory. I think we can make it with one of these. What is the other thing? A big steel shell? How do you fit a big steel shell? How big are these steel shells if you need... You know what? I'm not even going to ask. We should have one of those just lying around, shouldn't we? Actually, we don't even have one. Just lying around. Whoops. So, much like the actual outside of the fusion reactor, we need to make this part of the Watz reactor with the rivet gun. Basically, well, I mean, the fusion reactor was welding it, and it costed natural gas, and it was actually terrible. But this thing is not that bad. It just costs a rivet gun, a bunch of bolts, 256 to be exact. So 1, 2... How many bolts? How do we make the bolts even? We need like 12 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that gives us 28 left over. Is this guy done? Almost. Are we on the last one? Okay, we've got 6 left. I think. I think that's actually, no, that's 7. That's 7. Okay. Alright, I hope this is enough. I hope I didn't make extra or something. I think it's 48, because I did the math. We got 8 left over. Okay, we have more of this stuff than we have of this. Does it cost 2 technetium? It costs us 1 for each one. But it costs 2 for each one, okay. Oh yeah, we'll have enough. We'll have it down to the exact amount. Awesome. Man, it looks like next episode we'll have this thing up and running. But there is one other step after this, which is to make the coolant loop. Which, with the coolant loop, you need to have a thingy. Which we need to add that in a second. But first, let's make this actual reactor, and then we'll get started on the coolant loop. Which, I mean, next episode we'll have it up and running. And then after that, we'll have euthemium. And, well, that's why I'm making this whole thing in the first place. Basically, with the euthemium, we will make the euthemium capacitor. It only costs 4 of these. We have the titanium blend basically almost done. Well, I think we have this. I think we actually have that already. Yeah, we already have that, I think. I don't know. We'll check. I have 16 extra. I have a lot extra of these. Okay, you don't need 48 of these, apparently. You only need this many of them. Here's the fun part. Well, I guess we can build 2 Watz reactors then. Could I build 2 Watz reactors? Should I build? I don't think I should build 2 of these. 2 of them's a bit excessive, don't you think? But I have the stuff to do it. I could totally build 2 of these. And they are stackable. On the same pump. I might build 2 of them. Because we have so much extra. Well, that explains a lot. If I build a second one, it'll be on my own time. I'm not gonna bother you all for that. That's just, we gotta keep progressing. So let's not worry about that for now. But if it does melt down, then I have all the welded technetium stuff done, which is a good thing. So I don't have to worry about it in the future. But still, if it melts down, then I'll build it again, and then if it melts down again, that's gonna be a problem. But hopefully it doesn't do that twice. All right, so there's a heat exchanger. What is a heat exchanging heater? So that's what we're gonna need. We're also going to need probably to make a Leviathan steam turbine, but that's a little too big for this, I think. I think we can run it on just a regular steam, like 4 of them, maybe. And they're cheap. I can make a bunch of those. I won't be worried about that. We've already made our share of Leviathan turbines for this run, which is gonna be we've already made 4 of them. So for the steel pipes, you need 27 steel ingots, which is quite a bit, but we'll make those. That's just one part of this machine. 27 steel ingots. Boom, down the drain. Let's see here. Now this is why I haven't finished the combination ovens, which you can run this. You could use this to run a combination oven very fast. Although I wouldn't recommend it. That's not what you're supposed to use this for. This is supposed to be used for making power. Although you could do it. And it would probably work. Probably would still keep running. I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm not going to think about it too much. Because I'm not going to try to do that. That's a bit ridiculous. 8 cast steel plates is 24 steel plates. Or steel ingots, I should say. Sorry. Steel ingots. Let's make those. 24 of those. Now, we're going to need 6 more of them. So this makes, because you divide it down, this makes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 18. Why do we need those? Those are for the disposal mechanism. The secondary disposal mechanism. So that way we're prepared for. So we need 42 technically. Wow. Okay, shove it in there. Alright, we're gonna need steel tanks as well today, because the steel tanks are used in that disposal mechanism I was talking about, which we're gonna make right now. So, this is a sewage drain, I think. It's a drainage pipe. Okay, that's what that's called. We're gonna need bakelite. Do we have that? Is it in here? Here. There it is. We're gonna need bakelite. Is it industrial grade copper as well? I think it is. And I think that's all we need. Because we got the cast steel and everything. There we go. So that is the boiler. And then I'm going to need to make steel pipes. Because not titanium. You get tungsten pipes. No. Aluminium pipes. What are these? These are not pipes. These are something else. We do have iron pipes. I mean, I could use those. But I'm not using those because it looks nasty. Let's make the ones that look colorful. Alrighty. I've got the fluid duct. I've got the drainage pipe. It's time to set it all up. So here's gonna go with the drainage pipe. Does the drainage pipe? Yeah, it takes in from the back. You can also take in from the sides as well. So I guess we'll just place it like this. Like that. That will allow it to dump effectively. Trust me. There we go. That's the dump. And that's going to be for water. So let's set it up with our fluid ID. Do we have that on us? Where is this at? It's in this bin here. I think it is in this bin. Fluid ID. Where are you hiding? There you are. Perfect. Set this guy to water. And look at that. It emptied out all the way down to wherever it's at its lowest, which is at clearly 0, I think. Which is a little bit sad. Dang, a meteorite. Let's see what it's got on it. Probably some garbage. Armageddon. Holy. What was that one at? What does this guy got? Absolutely nothing. Where was the other one, though? Because my building is too big. Oh, crap. It hit the building again. You gotta be joking me. I hate when that happens. Thing is that we shouldn't have this problem because we got the thing. So, I mean, duh. So, because it's all done, let's go ahead and set everything to Watz mud again. Or mud. It's called mud. Basically mud. Where the heck are the keys at? The keys don't even have letters on them on this keyboard. Duh. Poisonous mud. Mud. That one set to poisonous mud. That guy set to poisonous mud. Poisonous mud. Poisonous mud. 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 That should be everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. Poisonous mud there. Let's double check, triple check. It's a very expensive machine. The hard part's gonna be fitting in the turbines. And also, what the heck are we gonna... This is a problem, because actually I need a coolant loop for this. Because I need the steam to go back through the thing. I need to have it cycle. Huh. How am I gonna do that? In this much space. Anyway, this thing has places for pipes on the top and the bottom. And if you stack this thing, well, it's still top and the bottom anyway. So, you can stack this thing up. But I don't know if you... actually, you could technically make it into a sandwich as well. Probably. If you really are wanting to do that, then you can do that, I guess. I don't know. I personally wouldn't do that because that's kind of stupid. When you could just use one pump. It saves you on pumps. So, now that we've got these guys set up, basically we're going to need to do coolant for this. This part is... We need to make sure that we have coolant here. Coolant there. Coolant and in here. We're going to set this thing. Amount per cycle. Well, I know what number we're going to do. 5,000. That's right. So every cycle it will do whatever amount it gets in there. So, hot coolant will go here. Perfect. This is the industrial boiler, which is going to take care of the water to steam kind of thing, which is, yeah, I think we're going to need a condenser for that. We need to make coolant now, which is, we need to make 8 of these, and how much does it cost for 8 of these? It costs 1 niter for each, okay. That'll be pretty easy then. I just need 8 niter, I think. I mean, it's just 8 niter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need this. And this should be enough coolant for the thing. It's 16,000 coolant, as you can see. It's coolable and stuff. Amazing. Let's take it over to the place. Oh, that's a fourth of the coolant we're actually going to need. We're going to need more coolant for that. So we're going to need 48 more niter to go through the thing, which is fine. Niter's only as expensive as it is to mine it, so, I mean, time consuming to mine it. Yeah, that'll make the stuff. We'll just give it some time, and, what else do we gotta do today?